Hello everyone and welcome to another episode of Under the Skin. I'm Christopher, the video game historian, and on this episode, I'm going to take a look at a few different distinguished skins from Battlefield 1. One from the base game, two from Turning Tides, and the last from the In the Name of the Tsar DLCs. On this episode, I'm going to take a look at the meaning behind the names of the M1903's Belleau Wood, the C96 Trench Carbines Feederle and Oberndorf, and finally, the Feldgrau skin for the SMG 0818. Stay tuned to see what historical references these skins mean. The first skin for this episode is the Belleau Wood skin for the M1903, which is named after the fiercely contested Battle of Belleau Wood, which took place from June 6 to the 26th, 1918. This battle was the first large-scale battle that the United States had fought in the war, and was comprised of two events that led to the Wood's capture. The first event was the defense of Chateau Thierry on June 3rd and 4th, where the US 2nd and 3rd Divisions helped halt the German advance from across the Marne River. With the help of the French 10th Colonial Division, the Germans were pushed back across the Marne River to Jaulgonne. 2 days later, on June 6th, the US General John Pershing ordered a counterattack against the Germans and tasked the 4th Marine Brigade under the leadership of General James Harbord to take Belleau Wood from the Germans. The first day of the battle turned out to be disastrous for the Marines because in order to take the wood, the soldiers had to trek across an open field covered from end to end by German machine gun units. By the end of the first day, the Marines suffered nearly 1,000 casualties. Throughout the course of the battle over the next 3 weeks, both the Germans and American troops would fight tooth and nail to capture and hold the area. Germans brought in reinforcements from their rear and attacked the Americans with artillery, gas, and machine guns, while the US Marines were only backed by Army artillery. The Marines managed to capture the area a total of 6 times, each time the Germans quickly taking it back before they were finally overcome by the American soldiers. In the battle for Belleau Wood, the US suffered nearly 10,000 casualties, but its capture brought about an end to the German Kaiserschlacht offensive. Today, the wood has been renamed to Bois de la Brigade des Marines in honor of the US Marine Corps. The next two skins for this episode are the Feederle and Oberndorf skins for the C96 Trench Carbine, and I decided to do these two together for the simple fact that historically, both these references go hand in hand. First off, the Feederle is a reference to the original inventors of the C96 pistol, which surprisingly is not Paul Mauser, but the Feederle brothers, Fidel, Friedrich, and Josef. Fidel happened to work as a higher-up in one of Paul Mauser's workshops, and it was there that he and his brothers developed a prototype version of the C96 without the knowledge of Mauser. This prototype would be known as the P763 or the Feederle. Despite the initial broom handle design, Mauser liked the prototype, and in 1896, the design was finalized. The next part of the story is that it was sent to the Oberndorf Neckar factory to begin production, which is what the Oberndorf skin is a reference to. Mauser had hoped that this pistol would be adopted by various militaries around the world, and despite it not being adopted by a single army, the commercial market quickly took notice of it, and it became popular around the world. Production of the pistol would continue up until 1939, and today they are wonderful curio and relic firearms that any collector should be proud to own. Finally, the last skin for this video is the Feldgrau skin for the SMG 0818, and once translated into English, simply means field grey and is the color of the uniforms worn by the German and Austro-Hungarian armies from about 1907 to 1945. Up until 1935, the German Reichswehr and Reichsheer wore this shade of grey for their uniforms, which can be seen in Battlefield 1. In 1939, once the Nazis had risen to power, the Wehrmacht began wearing a slightly lighter shade of Feldgrau. Prior to the adoption of this color uniform in the early 20th century by all the German armies, the uniforms were a shade of Prussian blue, similar to that of the uniforms worn by the French. Bavaria would be the last German army to adopt the Feldgrau uniforms in 1916. That's all for this week's video. Hopefully you all enjoyed it, and if so, please leave a like, subscribe to my channel, and leave your comments down below. Also, don't forget to follow me on social media with Twitter and Facebook, as well as find me on the Xbox One under the name Bacon Rebellions, where you'll find me playing either Star Wars Battlefront 2 or Kingdom Come Deliverance. I'm also in the PlayStation 4 platoon, the Forum Fielders, where you can find me there. Until next time, I will see you on the battlefield.